Arizona State Sun Devils Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the BYU Cougars, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Arizona State Sun Devils. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Arizona State's offense will take the field first. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feet.
What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Red pass, it's complete. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touched. If you're on offense, you move him around, and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
The Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Looking downfield on first down. Hauls it in. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Up-tempo for the offense.
Ready. All set.
Off the play fake. Zips it out to his man. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. He is dealing on this drive, completed all 5 throws, and now they have 1st and goal.
Yeah, and who needs balance when you got a guy like this? You trust him, getting the ball back in the pocket. The ball's coming out, spreading it around the field. Nice decision-making. This drive has been
trying to get it in. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cougars offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And, David, this offense is built around keeping it on the ground and feeding the beast at running back.
Yeah, and he is a grown ace man. That dude, it starts and ends with him. Jesse, how nice is it to have a running back that you can turn, hand the ball to? He's going to get positive chunks. Defenses fear him. That's a really nice place to start on offense.
And it doesn't matter how many guys they have in the box, right? Every single week, defense is key on stopping this guy, and none of them can do it. He is so dynamic, a true game changer for this offense.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Upshaw. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Fast completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Handoff to the single back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the quarterback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
Catch and stride inside the 15. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. The defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, BYU!
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
And he added the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Sun Devils in the hurry up.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass.
Turning it on. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Now on 2nd and goal. Leaves it with the running back. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. Between the uprights, it's good. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. We've had some early scores. They got the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Dumps it off in the flats. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Glenn.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Gets open down the middle. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
Pass mistakes, and he may get more. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making checks. Off the play fake on 1st down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Arizona State! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. On target. Open space at the 25. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. BYU lines up quickly. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Under fire. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. And they've found no answers so far. Already to the end zone twice, tacked on a field goal, and now back for more. Offense working from the pistol. They'll go to the ground. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They go to the ground. Picks up the first down. There he goes. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Unloads quickly. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A first down run in the red zone. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Second down, he'll throw it. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Sun Devils! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Prime inside the 10. Here he comes. And the returner goes down. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quick release on the RPO. Breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back.
It's a seam wide open. He steps out of bounds just short of the end zone, and they'll try to punch it in from there.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed.
Touchdown, Arizona State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense shows you why they are really hard to stop. The long, explosive run. You think everybody's thinking run, pile in the box. The play-action pass. They can beat you with the run. They can beat you with the pass. This is a tough offense to stop.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He'll do it himself. He stopped at the 15, not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Now on the return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They'll start this drive at their own 48. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The Sun Devils can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. He's got him. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Quarterback empties his backfield. To the air on 1st down. Complete. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Off play action. He'll pull it down and run. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Sun Devils racing to the line in the hurry-up. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock. So now it's 2nd and long. He might want another play. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield, and time is running short. And he's got it! Touchdown, Sun Devils!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the returner will be dragged down. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll run it on the counter. Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. He's loose. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Cougars. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to, but at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way, but the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Tempe.
The Sun Devils will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He'll keep it himself. That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Offense at an empty set. Making side adjustments here. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. And the Sun Devils moving quickly to the line. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs...
Turning on the Jets. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13th.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
Gets it to the back. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. And the field goal unit is on the field. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his second of the day, this one from 23. And it's right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Finds his back in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Makes the grab on the left and works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. And some room to work. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This BYU offense set up with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
Makes the catch. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times, almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll run it again. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be...
Turning it on. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Slithers into space. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
We got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line there. They were able to pave the way for a first down.
And the Sun Devils just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds his big tight end. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. The Sun Devils will try to punch it in on first and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State. Fitted in the window for the score. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick...
And down goes the quarterback, but there are penalty flags on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. So after the flag, a fresh set of downs for the offense. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Off play action on first down. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
Man, this poor quarterback, he's got no time. You got to protect your quarterback. You got to find different ways to do it. Sometimes it's not working with 4 wide receivers. Maybe you bring in a couple tight ends. Go max protection. More.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
And a nice job understanding. They're trying to run a screen. They're trying to throw that over your head. They let you run up the field. You're not going to get to be able to get the sack, get your hands in the air, try to affect the quarterback, and a nice job getting my hands in the air and deflecting the football.
Wants to bring it back. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Final play of the quarter coming.
Ready.
Quickly out to the tight end. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to let...
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils! They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the returner will be knocked down. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Flips it out in the flat. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Pinned just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short. Get it out on the screen. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. He'll throw it. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Makes the grab. It's Lincoln.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Wants to throw again. Punts it out of the air. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Punt is in the air. No fair catches here, looking for room. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jeff. There he goes. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
The outstanding game has taken care of the football. Now, late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
And the Sun Devils with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll try the run. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Handoff to the lone back. That's a fumble on the play. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, the defense finally able to make a play, getting a tackle for loss. They haven't had many of those today because this running back really has answered the bell. They knew coming in they were going to have to give him the football, force feed it to him, and let him go to work. He's done that. Well over 100 yards rushing in this game, and the defense just has not had the answers consistently for him.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on fourth. They've got this game in hand, but maybe there's some bad blood. They want to rub it in a bit. And they get the icing on the cake, and that might make for some long memories after this one. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between